Knockout legends in the building. Like, comment, and subscribe. So today I want to talk about the press conference for Fabio Wardley versus David Adeleye. First impressions. I think Frank has pulled off a big coup getting this fight together, and also I think he's going to work with Wardley again if Wardley wins. Now, from the press conference, Adeleye says quite a lot and he seems very confident and very sure of himself. But to me, he comes across as very emotional, even though he says he doesn't have any real feeling about Wardley. I sense there's a bit of jealousy, a bit of envy in the way he feels about Wardley, because they mentioned the brawl that they both partook in, and he was a catalyst for the brawl. Now, what Wardley says to explain why he walked over to Adeleye, it's pretty reasonable to do that, and he didn't come across kind of threatening or aggressive. He just said what's going on, and my man just reacted how he reacted, like he was on road, and my man was an opposite. But yeah, he was having argy-bargy with somebody in Wardley's team, but to react like that to Wardley was a bit contentious, and I think he did it on purpose. It's a smart way to sell the fight, and he's pretty smart, and he kind of feels like he's got one up on him now, innit? Even though it was just like handbags, really. And he's saying he didn't want to fight and he had his good clothes on, but he still reacted the way he reacted, which is not a bad thing because it just shows you that you're ready. But it did come across as kind of twitchy and nervous, like Wardley says. But I think that's just Adeleye anyway, and I think it's just him trying to sell the fight in his own way. And I think he just doesn't like Wardley because you're probably jealous of Wardley and his success, because they were talking about the level of opponents that they fought, Nick Webb and other people that Wardley's fought, and basically how he's had to, sometimes get up from the canvas and come back to win, and he has had it a bit hard. And remember, this is from white collar boxing he's come from, and Dillian Whyte's took a good shine towards him and managed him, and he's brought him pretty far, and now look where he is. He's actually done quite well for himself, so he's progressed. You can see the progression, and he is actually a genuine contender and a genuine prospect, and he kind of starting to look like the finished article. But anyway, Adeleye, he mentioned that he's not really fought anyone that's a credible opponent yet, and he's just fought, basically, no disrespect, he even says it in his own words, just Eastern European guys that have come to take a payday and fly down. So anyway, I think Adeleye just says, well, I'm fighting you now, so this is my challenge, so now I'm stepping up, and now I'm going to be fighting someone. So the back and forth, you can tell there is the needle there, and it's going to be a good fight. I think more animosity is on Adelaye's side, but I think that's just him selling the fight and just doing what he can to make it more contentious. So it's going to be good for the viewers. But basically, him stating that nobody knows Wardley, and he's only known him in Ipswich, and he's known more than he is. It's just more gamesmanship. I think it's more mind games as well as envy, just to try and get into Wardley's head. But it's good. It makes good PR for the press conference and good PR for the fight. And with the brawl already, everyone's expecting a great fight. And to be honest, I think it's going to be a barnstormer. Someone's definitely going to get knocked out. Both men agree on that. Respective of who does what, and Wardley inviting him to stand in the middle of the ring and trade with him, it's going to be interesting. And I think Wardley will do that because he's the type of fighter that's been under Dillian Whyte. They can kind of get dragged into dogfights because obviously Babic is the same way as well. So that kind of mindset that all three fighters have, especially taken probably from Dillian, because remember the scrap what he had with Derek. Them two fights were great fights, but the first one was flipping brilliant. It was like a slugfest. And obviously, that's not the way to fight certain fighters, especially not Derek. If you get into slugfest with Derek, you're probably going to come off worse because he lives in that realm. So if you get drawn into that kind of fight with him, you're going to lose. But anyway, who have you got for this fight? And what did you think of the press conference? Do you think Adeleye has a chance against Wardley, or do you think Wardley has Adelaye's number? Me personally, I'm going to go with Wardley, just for the fact that he's got more experience and he seems more composed, and the composure is there, and I think he wants to make a statement with Adeleye, so he's going to actually progress more by having his scalp, so it elevates his CV a little bit more. But the thing is with Adeleye, I don't think he's going to actually get anywhere anytime soon unless he steps up his competition, in the sense that he starts fighting probably other heavyweights like Chisora, Parker, who else? Joyce. Let me think. I'm just trying to think. Ortiz, maybe even Andy Ruiz. Them kind of opponents, he's going to have to take that next step to the next level to get pushed further into that bracket where you're at the higher bracket. But because he's come from white collar boxing, I think he's still got a little bit more ways to go. So anyway, leave your thoughts in the comment section and tell me who you've got for this fight. Like, comment and subscribe. And that is another one from Knockout Legends. Peace.